organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV, Phil Thrill. The University of Iowa celebrates its generous donors.
Later, Silent Study. The serene study space is off the beaten path.
Soaked spring. It will be wise to keep an umbrella close by this weekend.
And the 2016 NFL Draft is finally here. We check in with another former Hawkeye hopeful later in sports.
Welcome to this live edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Cole Johnson.
And I'm Maria Palladino.
An Amber Alert has been issued for a young Iowa girl. Dominique Nicole Lloyd, 17 years old, is from Kelowna, Iowa. Authorities named Michael Brad Newth as her alleged abducter. Officials believe they are headed for Georgia or Florida. If you have any information, please call 319-653-2107.
The UI celebrated Phil Day Thursday, honoring generosity on and off campus. Members of the UI community decked out buildings all over the map, marking the benefits philanthropy provides to the school. Thursday's festivities included keynote speaker P. Sue Beckwith, the namesake for the boathouse station on the Iowa River. Students who wrote letters thanking philanthropists for their donations could snag some cupcakes from the UI Foundation.
Over the past 6 years, the neighborhood program University has been working to restore single-family homes in the downtown Iowa City area. The program has helped to keep prices low for renters and home buyers in the area. Daily Iowan TV reporter Becca Scadden looks into the program's evolution over the past 6 years.
There's a partnership between the city and the university to kind of help stabilize some of the close-in neighborhoods.
Due to high rent prices in Iowa City, there are oftentimes many families living in a single-family home. This leads to many homes being left in bad conditions.
And they get into disrepair and get abused, and so the houses need to be cleaned up, and it just makes for a better neighborhood.
Once a home is purchased, that's when the work begins. Renovations can include costs up to $50,000. The improvements made on these homes include anything from bathroom and kitchen remodels to new paint and outdoor landscaping.
While the house you see here behind me won't be finished for a couple more weeks, more than 50 homes all across Iowa City have already been sold.
When the program began initially, we've got a lot of money from the state of Iowa, I think $1.25 million. And when we were finished with that, they decided to keep the program and started us off with some city funds.
The initiative hasn't seen state funding since 2011, but they have continued their work with funding directly from the city. While the money for the project has declined since the first year, they currently have 3 homes available and are looking to continue their work in the coming months. To learn more about how the program works and to find out if you qualify, visit icgov.org.
Reporting from downtown Iowa City, this is Becca Scadden, Daily Iowan TV.
Mary Andringa has resigned from the Iowa State Board of Regents. The Republican and board chairwoman of Vermeer Corporation held the seat for nearly a year. Andringa said in a statement that she realized that she couldn't give her full energy to the position. In her role, she chaired the UI Hospitals and Clinics Committee while also serving on the Investment Committee.
Heavy rainfall over the past 2 days in northwest Iowa has rivers overflowing. The National Weather Service issued flood warnings for the Big Sioux, Little Sioux, and Ochidon rivers. The service says the Big Sioux is expected to crest at more than 1.5 feet above normal levels. That could lead to flooded farmland in western Plymouth County. The Little Sioux River is expected to flood the city park in Spencer, Iowa. Well, I don't know about you, Maria, but I'm getting really tired of this rain. I'm ready for the nice spring weather.
I totally agree. Let's toss it over to Zhao Li in the weather studio to see if there's going to be rain this weekend. Zhao?
Thanks, guys. Unfortunately, we will see more rain this weekend, but luckily we can expect some clear skies coming up next week. Friday morning will start off with temperatures in the low 40 range with a cloudy sky. As we head into the afternoon, temperatures will slowly rise to 57 degrees. In the evening, the temps will drop down to 53. Let's take a look at our 6 days extended forecast. Saturday will be a rainy day with a high of 53 degrees. Sunday will keep those warm temperatures with a 40% chance of rain. Finally, starting starting next week, we can expect some clear skies again. Marie and Cole, back to you.
Finals week is lurking just around the corner for UI students. Conquering it could mean studying in some unusual places. Daily Iowan reporter Ryan Scott explores what a stress-free finals week could look like.
The last 4 months have been building up to this one crucial time of the year, finals week. Tests or projects that occur during finals week can make or break a student semester. I spoke with a representative from the Student Health and Wellness Services to find out what students can do to keep their stress levels at a minimum.
Eating certain brain foods, like foods that are high in omega-3s are important, so foods like walnuts and chia seeds, flax, fatty fish, those are typically known as high sources of omega-3s. Just encouraging students to try to keep their sleep schedules as consistent as possible and trying to get at least 7 to 9 hours most nights if they can.
Now on to the studying side. Where a student chooses to prepare can have an impact on their productivity and performance. The main library is a typical location that comes to mind for studying, but what if there was somewhere else on campus that was close to the Pentecrest, provided quiet study spaces, occasionally free snacks, and always free coffee? The answer might surprise you.
So when I don't have class, I'm here pretty much from 11:30 to, I'd say, depending, maybe situationally 11 at night.
While the Newman Catholic Student Center also doubles as a Roman Catholic church, it has many benefits that make it an attractive study location for those who aren't Catholic or religious in general.
We have the free Wi-Fi, so they're here studying. We've got a printer and computers in case they don't have a laptop with them.
Ryan Scott, Daily Iowan TV.
The University of California Davis's chancellor was put on paid leave after her role in hiring consultants to maintain the school's image. UC President Jana Napolitano said she will examine the serious and troubling situation. Napolitano will hire an independent investigator for Linda Katehi to see whether or not she lied to administrators about hiring consultants to preserve the school's online image following a pepper spray incident with students and campus police. Katehi has served as UC Davis's chancellor for the past 7 years.
A deadly high-speed car crash in Georgia Wednesday left its state school devastated. A Toyota Camry carrying 5 University Georgia female students drifted into the opposite lane, colliding with another car and killing 4 of the 5 passengers. The Camry's driver is in critical condition. State police do not believe alcohol played a role in the crash. A Thursday night vigil will take place on the Athens campus, and the governor has ordered Georgia flags to fly at half-mast.
According to a report that surfaced Thursday, the Big Ten Network decided to add an exclamation point to this year's Iowa State football game. ESPN's Brett McMurphy tweeted out the network's September primetime schedule. It includes the September 10th battle for the Cy-Hawk Trophy at Kinnick Stadium. Iowa went 2-0 in night games last year against Pittsburgh and Minnesota. Neither Iowa nor Iowa State has confirmed that the showdown is at sundown. And as if Hawkeye fans needed any more excitement heading into the 2016 football season, that week should be fantastic.
It may not be fall yet, but this weekend is prime time for some former Hawkeyes hoping to hear their name called at the 2016 NFL Draft.
And for more on their fates and the rest of UI athletics, let's toss it over to Jordan Maloney, and Alec Giannakopoulos in the sports studio.
Thanks, Cole and Maria. It should be very exciting, that Iowa State game. I was there last year, and the night games are super fun too. So
yeah, rivalry week is one of the best times on campus. But for some Hawkeyes who played key roles in Iowa's win over Iowa State last season, will be elsewhere come time for the big game.
That's true, Alec, but they are still earning recognition for their time here at Iowa.
Yeah, the senior members of the 2015 University of Iowa football team, Cole Fisher, Jordan Lomax, and Drew Ott, have been named the National Football Foundation Hampshire Honor Society.
The Honor Society recognizes senior football starters who carry a cumulative GPA of 3.2 or higher throughout their college career.
And who knows where those 3 and the rest of the seniors from the 2015 season will be come the Iowa State game, let alone next week.
That's right, the NFL Draft is finally here. We are just moments away from the first round, and amongst the excitement, there are plenty of former Hawkeyes hoping to get that call this weekend. Finishing our NFL prospect interviews, I caught up with Iowa's former starting right guard, Jordan Walsh. Check it out.
So first question, how are you kind of feeling? The day's almost here. How's it been kind of leading up to it and everything?
Yeah, I've been pretty excited. This has been a really weird experience for me. it's different than I've been like any little job interview that I've been to. So it's going to be pretty cool.
And how are you feeling emotionally, physically, mentally? What's kind of like the hardest thing to tackle right now?
Definitely mentally, because you have no idea what's going on. No one's gonna, like who's interested. Like we're gonna be in like the next whatever time.
So obviously you've been in Iowa City training since the Rose Bowl. How have you been preparing, and what's been the biggest difference in preparing for the draft or the prospect of being in the NFL versus a regular season with the Hawkeyes?
Well, definitely the beginning part is you have to train to be kind of like a track star. So running the 40, things I don't do in a regular day in Kinnick Stadium, but trying to do all that stuff, then transitioning after the pro day to football related workout.
Now that you've been outside of Iowa football for a few months now, what is life like without Iowa football?
It's different. You come here every day, obviously to train, but you see all the other guys like working, practicing and stuff like that, and looking forward to their next season. And it's kind of different because you're not really looking forward to the season. You're kind of waiting to hear from somebody to look forward to the season.
Try and pursue the draft, or was it always something you knew you were going to do or try to do?
I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to play in the NFL on Sundays, and it has always been a dream of mine. So coming from here at the University of Iowa, there's a lot of success for the offensive line. So I decided might as well give it a shot. So.
Jordan Walsh is predicted to get drafted in the 6th round on Saturday. You can check out that full interview and the other NFL prospect on Daily Iowan TV's YouTube page.
But football isn't the only sport receiving national attention. This week, University of Iowa's Aaron Mallett was named Co-10 Track Athlete of the Week. The junior All-American set a meet record and a season best with a time of 13:50 in the 110-meter hurdles on April 23rd at Musco Twilight.
The defending Big Ten champ has led the conference in the 110-meter hurdles for 4 straight weeks and is the 4th Hawkeye to earn Big Ten honors this season.
And another Iowa team is taking on the conference, one match at a time. Men's tennis won their first match of the Big Ten tournament today, but before that, I met up with sophomore star Jake Jacoby. The 2015 class of University of Iowa freshmen reports more out-of-state residents than in-state residents, but most of those out-of-state residents come from states like Illinois, Minnesota, and Indiana. However, only under 1% comes from the state of Arkansas. But Iowa tennis sophomore Jake Jacoby is under that 1% and looks to already assume a powerful and important position on the University of Iowa tennis team. However, Jake Jacoby didn't expect himself to come on campus and get results instantly.
I didn't see myself, wasn't even sure I was going to make the starting lineup my freshman year, and now I feel like I'm contributing to this team more than I thought I could have.
It wasn't until his first match in Iowa when he found the tools to success in the collegiate level.
Well, I came in my first year and we played Western Michigan in our first match, and I was down 6-0, 3-1 in about 25 minutes, and I was just losing it out there. I thought college tennis wasn't for me right away. I just was scared to death. But then I came back and won that match and got so much confidence from that. It just made me think of how this is a different level, and you have to listen to your coaching or you can get blown away by some of these players because it's a whole different level.
Considering how far the tennis team has come with just 2 years on campus and 2 years with a new head coach, it's safe to say that the sky is the limit. Jacoby and the rest of the Hawkeyes are competing in the Big Ten tournament in Minneapolis this weekend.
But staying close to home, the Iowa baseball team hosts a 3-game non-conference series against Kansas State this weekend in Iowa City.
And we'll have all of that and more on Sunday's show. But until then, back to you guys at the desk.
Thursday marked the reintroduction of an old state citizen to the Hawkeye State.
Members of the Iowa's Department of Natural Resources released 2 trumpeter swans at a lake in Corning, Iowa. The rare all-white birds used to be prominent here in Iowa before leaving by the late 1880s.
The swans release is part of the department's intention to increase the bird's population in Iowa. Reintroducing the bird began in the 1980s and is working. The most recent survey in Wisconsin numbered 5,000 trumpeter swans.
Thanks for joining us tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Keep up with the latest news by visiting dailyiowan.com. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Cole Johnson.
And I'm Maria Palladino. Have a fun weekend, Iowa City.